Hi, I'm Cameron Bohl, and the quality that best describes me is listening. According to John Maxwell, a good leader encourages his followers to tell him what he needs to know, not what he needs to hear. Listening is a quality that best describes myself. I describe myself as a good listener because I want to be helpful, and usually people come to you if they have a problem and need some advice. But they can also come to you when they're excited or happy or have some good news to tell you. I find this quality unique because a lot of the time people will become involved in just their lives and they forget to check in with the important people in their life. A counselor is one of the best listeners, in my opinion, from my experience as a high school student. There is a saying that says that you should mind your own business and stay out of people's business, but that's not always the case because if someone is important to you, you should check in on them, and they usually have something to tell you, and even just asking how their day is going, you're listening because you care, not because you have to, and it's different than hearing because you wouldn't ask if you didn't care. There is a difference between listening and hearing, and sometimes that can get confusing. The difference is that hearing is the act of perceiving sound, and that just simply happens, while listening is something you consciously choose to do and requires concentration, and that is coming from the Illinois Community College Board. Listening is a very important quality to have, but the reason I see that it stands out over all the others is because you will see that you are appreciated by more people if you are a better listener. An animal that is a good example of a good listener is a dog. A dog is a man's best friend in some people's opinions, and dogs are required to learn many commands. They also learn to obey their owners. They gain respect from their owners, and they also learn to trust their owners as well as the owners learn to trust their dogs.
Can you guys sit? Sit. Good. Sadie, sit. Tucker, sit. Good boy. Molly, sit.
Now, this next example is just in our household because we have a cockatiel, and he is also a very good listener.
Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
I consider myself to be patient. My patience came from being a good listener. Sometimes stories seem to drag on, but I try my best to stay focused on the main points and listen for ideas and not just words of the person that I am talking to. I try to see life in different viewpoints. Sometimes that's hard to see from someone else's perspective because you're not in their shoes and you don't understand what they're seeing compared to what you're seeing. Being a good listener allows you to connect more with each other, and you will be able to see each other's viewpoint better. One of the hardest challenges I have come across as trying to be a good listener is different distractions. Your phone, your TV, anything like that can be a distraction. I've also personally caught myself daydreaming during high school, and I am working on getting better at that. But I also have the largest class in my high school, which means I have a lot of distractions from other classmates, and I've learned over the years to try to eliminate those as much as possible. Here is my sister, and she's doing her homework, and as you can see, she has her phone beside her, and she is receiving a text, and instead of doing her homework, she is texting. She also has the TV on, which is causing her to stop doing her homework. Here my sister is doing her homework like she should be, and you can see her phone and the TV remote are not in her view or her reach. You can also see the TV is no longer on, and she is completing her homework like she should. In conclusion, I feel that listening is the strongest quality I have. There are many benefits to being a good listener, such as being appreciated, seeing life in new viewpoints, and also developing patience. I consider listening to be the quality that best defines me.